but like just the random Pokemon I'm picking up along the way, I don't know which are worth slotting into my party for a little bit.
Yeah.
And which ones aren't. And then some of them have changed. Like, Magnemite was useless first gen, and I'm told it's actually good now, because with the steel type is really useful.
Because I started training Sapphire, got it to level 100, they announced that I'm in a Pearl.
Yeah.
And you can only evolve it by leveling, and I'm like, son of a bitch! So Sparky will forever be a Magneton.
I did realize from just like randomly going through the Pokedex at one time that that gen seemed to have a lot of the Pokemon now have one either a baby form or an additional evolution. It's like, oh, so you guys didn't actually have the creativity to come up with new stuff.
No.
You just had to you just had to make Magmortar and yeah.
And Mega. Anyways, hey everybody, this is Nack Presents, and we're continuing our playthrough of Mass Effect. This is episode like 6, I think.
Yeah.
6.
I kind of realized during the charity stream that we don't actually introduce ourselves anymore.
But that's true.
So, if you haven't watched our shows and been watching from the beginning,
Yeah, I'm Mike.
I'm Dave.
My obligated pillow. Obligatory pillow.
I mean, you could make an argument that he's obligated as well. I mean, you do feed him and. Wow. Okay, so jumping back into Mass Effect. If you guys remember, last time we finally. I'm an alcoholic. Well, that's very good news, Dan. Excited.
Hi, Dan.
I'm very excited to come to your wedding now.
Well, at least we know it's open farm.
So we finally started getting into the story last week, and we are here on the planet Pharos, which is under siege by the Geth. And we are here at the Exogeny facility, where we just found out that there's this weird plant called the Thorian that is here, and they think that might be what the Geth are after.
What? A pretty bad list.
Oh my god.
That happened after Dan said he was an alcoholic. Oh. That's how we should introduce. Come up with like a really dumb addiction.
So the Geth have commandeered. This base was the headquarters of the colony here. The Geth have commandeered it. Now are using it as their base as they try and get to the Thorian.
I am unable to comply. Please contact your supervisor.
Damn it! Tell me what I want or I'll blast your virtual ass into actual dust!
Please contact your supervisor for a level 4 security exemption or make an appointment with...
Stupid machine!
If there is nothing else, please step aside. There is a queue forming behind you for the use of this console.
Thanks for the sellout.
Stupid machine!
It also kind of occurred to me, I never really explained what these powers are. What's going on?
Yeah. Leave us in the dark.
So I got this whole wheel of powers here. And a bunch of them do various different things. So, I'll start off using this ability called Dampening, which doesn't allow the enemy to use any abilities they might have. It's got Because this guy's a commander, so he might have some kind of either shotgun ability or some kind of biotics or something. And then Overload does will strip shields off of enemies. So now I will overload him, takes care of his shields. Now Marksman, which increases your ability with pistols. And there he goes.
Exogeny Corporation reminds all staff that the discharging of weapons while on company property is strictly forbidden. Welcome back, Research Assistant Elizabeth Bainham. What can I do for you?
Remember, it thinks we're Elizabeth because she gave us her ID in the last episode, and it can't actually tell who's there. It can just tell the ID tag, which tells them who the person is and what security clearance they have.
What information was the last user attempting to access?
Fetching data. The previous user was attempting to access details on the study of subject species 37, the Thorian.
Tell me everything you told the Krogan.
I was unable to provide the previous user with any relevant data. Aside from lacking proper access, there has been no new data available on species 37. All sensors monitoring the observation post at Zoo's Hope have been inactive for several cycles.
What does Zoo's Hope have to do with the Thorian?
Species 37 is located within the substructure of the Zoo's Hope outpost.
Tell me everything you know about the Thorian.
The Thorian is a simple plant life form that exhibits a sentient behavior uncommon with other flora. Through dispersion and the eventual inhalation of spores, it can affect and control other organisms, including humans. The Zoo's Hope control group has yielded interesting results. Before sensors went offline, almost 85% of all test subjects were infected.
Are you saying Exogeny knew its people were getting infected?
It was deemed necessary to assess the true potential of species 37.
That explains their strange behavior. Should we inform your pilot?
Joker. Come in, Joker. Damn it, that field's blocking us.
We've got to drop that shield and get back to the outpost.
BI,
Rex looks so
what can you
bad.
tell me about the Geth
Yeah.
shield the field is generating?
I have limited data on the Geth. They have effectively blocked all sensors within the facility. I have detected unusual power fluctuations, but am unable to determine the source.
What do you know about the Geth?
I have no specifics on the Geth as they relate to this facility. All sensors have been purposely decommissioned since their arrival.
I want to know about Exogeny Corporation.
Exogeny Corporation is at the forefront of human expansion in the new galactic economy, funding colonial development and securing resource rights to ensure our progress as a species. Further inquiries regarding company policy may be directed to Consumer Information Services during regular business hours.
Who's in charge here? Who organized the research?
It's like
All
every
decisions about local resource analysis and acquisition
Must call back during
are
regular
deferred
office
to the board of
hours.
directors only when seasonal quotas are missed or exceeded. Individual employee records are confidential.
Tell me about the Thorian.
Species 37 was discovered several weeks ago when a small team was infected with spores while examining ruins near the Zoo's Hope outpost. The outpost was quarantined immediately, and study of the infection began. Within 21 days, 58% of colonists exhibited altered behavior. Within 28 days, 85%.
What's the size of this thing?
Yeah.
The Thorian appears to be a diffused creature. Its cognitive abilities are centered in large nerve bundles, but it receives data from kilometers of meandering tendrils. We have discovered bundles approximately 1 meter in diameter, but these seem insufficient to coordinate the massive sensory potential it possesses. It may simply process such stimulation slowly, or perhaps there is a nerve cluster of a greater magnitude we have not yet encountered.
Is it intelligent? Can I reason with it?
The Thorian does not exhibit the focused behavior of a predator. The release of spores is an act of survival, not aggression. It does trigger advanced behaviors in the humans it enslaves, but we have yet to discover whether it recognizes or is capable of recognizing humans as more than tools. It is sufficiently alien as to defy classification at this time.
Do you know how the creature controls its slaves?
The will subversion manifests as intense pain if directives are ignored. The effect is severe enough that subjects are soon conditioned against even minor thoughts of rebellion. Observation suggests...
And now everything that happened in Zoo's Hope begins to make sense.
Much as a craftsman avoids damaging his tools. As long as no action is taken against the creature's objectives, the subjects are free to pantomime a normal existence until specifically tasked with something.
Where's the center of this thing?
The Thorian is present as a weave of tendrils across much of the lower surface of Pharos. Observation of enslaved subjects suggests there may be key clusters that are tended by thralls. Unfortunately, direct observation of species 37 is limited, or non-existent.
Please access my personal files.
Elizabeth Bainham, Research Assistant, Biomedical Division, Security Level 4 exemption. You are currently under probation due to disagreements with management over established company policy. These sanctions may be lifted if your next evaluation is more agreeable.
What triggered the probation?
You were marked as combative about the operations of the Zoo's Hope project, specifically regarding the handling of the infected colonists. As a result, you were tasked with monitoring the safety of the colonists for the duration of the observation.
Yeah, that worked out real well.
That's enough for now.
Going to standby mode.
So, Elizabeth lied to us. She said that she knew of the Thorian but didn't really know anything about it. Turns out she was a research assistant and she knew that Exogeny was experimenting on the colonists back at Zoo's Hope. She lodged a complaint, but she didn't tell them or us about it. Yeah. So again, I never really explained what's going on here. So you have all these different kind of categories. And all these are very, sniper rifles is pretty obvious. You can probably kind of guess what first aid and medicine do. Most of them are relatively self-explanatory, but they all kind of have other side effects too, like electronics increases your shield strength, so the more points you put into it, the more powerful your shields are. And then they all have points along here where they unlock abilities and then unlock more powerful versions of those abilities. And so what I'm kind of focusing on right now is like my class trait. In my case, is operative, because you get out to that, and it does like a real big upgrade on abilities you already have. So for operative, it increases the damage of overload and sabotage, which sabotage causes the opponent's weapon to overheat, so they can't shoot at you until it cools down then. And these same abilities are all, like, enemies have them too. Like, there's a couple times during this playthrough that, like, I've been hit and my gun's instantly overheated and I had to wait for it to cool down. Sabotage also does, like, the most straight damage of all of the abilities as well, so it does some more straight up damage. And
Did you see?
yeah, and I have Charm up so high because Charm and Intimidate are your two, like, dialogue skills. So-
means, like, how those last couple squares are blacked out, you can't go past that.
No, you have to unlock them through. So like when I get it's over by my character, you have your Paragon and your Renegade ratings, and you have to hit like 75% Paragon to unlock the final two squares of your bar there.
Effectively worth it.
Intimidate's the same thing as charm, just if you're being more aggressive about it. Charm is generally you persuading people, and intimidate is generally you saying do what I say or I'll shoot you in the face. And sometimes one of them works better than the other. Like if I had been going Renegade and putting my points into Intimidate, I would have enough points to get through the persuasion check that I'm gonna get to here in this level, because you only need 10 Intimidate, but you need 12 Charm. And I physically can't have 12 Charm. This needs to be like the last story mission you do to be able to have 12 Charm at this level. So it's gonna go here, and I'm gonna put it into Operative. And then each of your squad mates has a smaller list of abilities. But they're all kind of based off of the templates of each of the 6 classes. You have 6 squad mates, they're each kind of one of the generic classes. Some of them are a little bit different. Like Tali has shotgun skills, even though she's an engineer, and when you play as an engineer, you can't really use shotguns. I just wanted to give her a little bit more kick to her. But generally, all I do with leveling up in this game is just choose like the next closest ability and just work up towards that. So I've been working in electronics for Liara, so I just unlocked Master Overload for her. And realistically, I shouldn't have even put 1 point into Stasis. I don't know why I did that. Because Stasis sounds cool if you read the description there. It immobilizes a single target. The downside is that you can't damage the target while they're immobilized. So if you're in like a giant firefight that's going to go on for a while and you just need to lock one guy down, it can theoretically be useful. But because they can't be damaged, the AI doesn't use it at all. Because it doesn't want to lock it into a situation where, oh, they're the only guy left, but it just put stasis on it, so now we just need to sit here for a minute until it wears off. So the AI doesn't use it, and I don't manually control squad mate abilities in this game because there's just so many skills and I don't want to be bothered with it. If you're playing on higher difficulties, that stuff becomes important, but I don't enjoy the gameplay enough in this version of it to actually do that. And then Rex is a Vanguard class, which means he has weapon abilities here with shotguns, assault rifles, and combat armor, and fitness, which increases his health, and then also has biotic abilities with warp, which is pretty much a pure damage ability, and throw, which is pretty self-explanatory. Barrier, which increases his personal shields. Then again, he has stasis, which I was smart enough with him not to waste a point on. Okay. So These are the stairs we came up. Yeah, that's right. We came up here. So, we are going this way. Alright. So, overload. Now let's see if I can hack one of these guys. And there we go.
Looks like they're using these claws to anchor that ship to the side of the building.
Indelicate perhaps, but very efficient. How do we cut the power if it's coming from the ship?
We need a way to give it a kick. Let's check the other claws. Damn things can't be perfect.
This structure seems to have significance for the Geth. Is it possible they set up this room to serve as a sacred temple of sorts?
Whatever. I ain't here to learn their customs. Time to clean this place out.
Hack him. Overload. Sabotage.
Perimeter secured. Look out!
And we are back to having some Krogan. So,
Oh,
I've got this neural shock ability that is a stun, but it only works on organics. So since I've got these Krogan, I can use neural shock to knock one of those guys down. And then, let's see, I'll sabotage that guy. And marksman, so I can try to take him out before he comes down. And you see when they go white like that, that's one of the soldier abilities. That's immunity, which makes them way harder to damage. It's basically like an extra layer of armor. Makes it so they can take a lot more punishment. And it's one of the best things about playing soldier in this game, because you have that ability, and when you have that ability plus like being able to wear heavy armor and use the more powerful guns, if you're playing on the more basic, on the normal difficulty level, it makes you like almost invincible. You can kind of just go charging into every situation and pop off immunity, and then you have an ability, Adrenaline Rush, that resets the cooldowns on all of your abilities. So you've got all the weapons abilities and immunity And whenever you go through all of that, you can just pop Adrenaline Rush and do it all over again. Okay, so we got the data that guy back at the Exogeny bunker was asking for. So now... exactly... So it must not be here, even though it looks like it is. Must be down on a different level. Ah, of course, you run into more enemies. Means you're going the right way. Overload that guy. And in that case, I used one of the... I forget what it was called exactly, but there's kind of like little pieces of the environment that are sitting, kind of like the red barrels in most shooters, you know. You shoot them and they explode, and... did a lot of the work for me. So they sent some test samples of thorium off to another colony, and now they lost contact with that colony. So we will be going to investigate that later. And I am sure that terrible things have definitely not happened to the colonists there.
I fear we do not have the needed gear to destroy this claw. We will have to keep looking.
Reload. Let's see if I can take one of you guys over. Yes. This game, like, the one downside to this AI hacking that I have in this game is that, like, you unlock the ability to hack like higher level Geth through the course of the game. But the description of the ability doesn't really tell you what each level is able to hack. It just says, like, more powerful stuff. So it's never really, like, I hacked the, Geth Destroyer that was there. I wasn't really sure if I was on a high enough level with my hacking to do it. Okay, and the Geth are preparing a major offensive into Citadel space.
Oh, good.
I wonder if we will end up having to deal with that. and the doctor developed some kind of toxin and gave it to Cerberus, and they don't have an antidote for it. So, and these are very not obvious planting of side missions for us to have to deal with afterwards. Super subtle. Okay, so this is kind of annoying. You're trying to close the shuttle bay door on the Geth Claw with enough power to break through it and get it off the building. But it has to be between... If you don't go up to 31, it doesn't have enough power to get it off. If it goes above 34, you trigger the failsafe, and the entire thing shuts down and you have to start over. You just have these little buttons that move it up a certain amount.
Starting from 0? What?
Yeah, you're starting from 0. You can see the pressure gauge down there at the bottom.
Oh, well.
So, it's 17. We'll get it halfway there. 20. 28. Well, 5 should work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Good thing you had to.
Yay for math skills.
That little thing with the whole ship up.
Well, it had its other claws hooked in too, but the one going
Well done.
was enough
Should
to
be clear now. We can go
cause it
against
to
these
fall
forces.
down.
This was my kind of mission. Kill a bunch of Geth and end things off with a huge crash.
I repeat, Normandy to shore party. Are you reading? Anyone there? Normandy to shore party. Come on, Commander. Talk to me.
Is that you, Joker? What's going on over there?
We're in lockdown here, Commander. Something happened to the colonists. They're banging on the hull, trying to claw their way inside the ship. They're freaking out.
They can't do any real damage. We're on our way back. Just hold your position.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll just wait right here for you, Commander.
This place will be crawling with Geth in a minute. Keep together and we'll get out of here in one piece.
We backtrack, and shields should be down, so we should be able to get out of here.
There you are. We should get out of here. I don't think this place is safe.
I need some answers. You knew more about the Thorian than you let on.
I was afraid. I wanted to stop the tests, but they threatened me. Told me I'd be next. When the Geth attacked, I stayed behind to send a message to Colonial Affairs. I tried to tell them where to find the Thorian, but the power cut before I could send the message. I never meant for this to happen.
You did what you could. I'll help them, if you can tell me where to find the Thorian.
The Thorian is underneath Zoo's Hope, but the entrance is blocked. The colonists covered it with the freighter just before the Geth attacked.
But why are the Geth after the Thorian? What could Saren want?
Well, it does have unique mind control capabilities. That's what Exogen was interested in.
Normandy to shore party. Come in.
What is it, Joker?
We're getting a lot of Geth comm chatter. Looks like they're headed your way.
Thanks for the heads up, Joker. You heard the man. Let's move out.
I'm coming with you. I might be able to help. Undo the mess I helped create.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Just wanted to make sure. The room where we fought the armature when we first got in here. Now we are back to the very entrance to this place. And we are hopping back into our trusty Mako. And we are getting out of here. Okay, so I leveled up again. So the point to operative for me. And
I'm gonna space it.
yeah. I'll put it into throw. Throw might become useful here in this upcoming battle. So she has a couple of additional biotic abilities from Rex. Lift, which is kind of what you saw with the Krogan. Lifts him into the air and then you can do whatever you want. Singularity, which is the one I think you've commented on a couple of times. Yeah. It's kind of like the giant black hole that picks things up and circles them around. And kind of like with AI hacking, higher levels enable it to affect like more powerful enemies. So like the basic level of throw wouldn't have been able to pick up that Krogan. Of lift, I mean, wouldn't have been able to pick up that Krogan. It's only because she's got the advanced version. And then same thing with singularity and lift. Wait, I didn't do Rex. So give him another point and throw. Flying back down the Prothean superhighway. What?
Oh, I'm not feeling.
Is there anyone picking this up?
Oh, come on.
What was that all about?
This is Julie Operator of Pharaoh's call. Please help us.
That's my mom. Stop forever.
Mass Effect came out for Xbox 360 and PC. And the later two games also came out for PS3. But this first game was actually published by Microsoft. So this one never came to PlayStation. Just to answer your question, Dan.
Everyone shut up. Let me think.
What's going on?
You won't get away with this.
Get her out of here!
Get away from her, you son of a bitch!
Lisbeth!
Damn it! Come out where I can see you! All of you! Shepard, damn it. I knew it was too much to hope the Geth would kill you. I found some interesting facts about you in the Exogeny database. I know it happened on a cruise. This doesn't have to end like that.
We can talk this out. Nobody needs to get hurt.
Yeah, that's a real good way to get me to stand down by
Communications are back up.
by bringing up the most traumatic event in my history.
John, you can't just repurpose us.
It's not just you. There's something here far more valuable than a few colonists.
You're after the one unique thing Pharos has, the Thorian.
The what?
It's a telepathic life form living under Zoo's hope. It's taking control of the colonists there. Exogeny knew all along.
You won't get away with this, Jong.
So you keep saying, but nobody's gonna miss a few colonists.
And so here are the persuasion options that I don't have the ability to use.
I won't let you hurt these people anymore. Drop your weapon, or be prepared to use it.
If that's the way it has to be, heck, come on!
As if we don't have enough problems. Now we're shooting each other in the back.
It's my fault. I knew what was going on and I didn't do anything.
Pay attention, lady.
It's fair.
Don't you start. You do good work, and you know it. So what now, Commander?
I need to find out why the Geth are after the Thorian.
The colonists won't let you near the Thorian. They die first. They're under its control.
You just found out about it 5 seconds ago, and suddenly you're the expert?
What else am I supposed to do?
There's gotta be another way.
I think there is. You could safely use a nerve agent to neutralize the colonists.
Like a gas grenade.
Releasing clouds of nerve gas doesn't seem like a particularly good idea.
It's not like it's weapons grade. The insecticide we use in the grow labs contains trace amounts of tetraclopine, a neuromuscular degenerator. If their nervous systems are already weakened, it may act as a paralyzing agent.
A reduced capacity concussion grenade might suit our needs.
Yeah.
We just got done talking about how we shouldn't kill
Sounds good. I'll do what I can.
because
Excellent.
Because they're under
Thank
their
you
control.
So much, Commander.
we're gonna temporarily paralyze them on a hunch.
We'll stay out of your way until you clear a path.
Yeah. Yeah. First, like, she doesn't know anything about this Thorian. But she's just like, oh, this nerve gas, which is already, like, you know, nerve gas isn't something you're supposed to use on people, even if it's not weapons grade nerve gas.
I mean,
But it's all, then it was like, oh, it'll probably work, even though I literally just found out this thing existed 10 seconds ago. It'll probably work.
it was gonna be my first suggestion though, to knock them unconscious.
Yeah.
When Telford was under the Solution Alliance is
Yeah.
Any luck finding my workstation out in the ruins?
I managed to find the data and transfer it to your OSD.
That's very good news indeed. Thank you.
I was there anyway. It was the least I could do.
Well, I appreciate it. Here, you certainly earned this. Thanks again, Commander.
16,500 credits. Yep. Plugging into that computer and downloading the data was a very hard task.
It's almost time, isn't it? Maybe we can free our friends after all. I have to help them. It's my fault this happened.
Yeah, kinda.
Please try to avoid hurting the colonists.
Somebody
Use the
cleaned up
nobles
that guy's
that
body?
if you can.
No. So in case anyone was wondering, with the various persuasion options, with the renegade one, you could just like threaten him some more, and he just kind of gives in. And with the charm one, you can convince him that it will actually be better for Exogeny if he leaves the colony alive, because it will become this like rallying point of, look how humanity can persevere even through the Geth attack. That it'll work out better for Exogeny in the long run. So now, over here to my grenades, which I haven't really been using because grenades are super weird in this game. And equip the anti-thorium gas option.
That seems like
Yeah. This anti-thorium gas that they whipped up in like a split second. And while I'm here, we'll go through
I
and...
know who made it too. And it was,
Yeah.
I made it herself with all of her knowledge.
Yeah. She's known about it for a solid like 5 seconds. She knew exactly what to do. And check on Rex. That armor looks kind of cool,
Yeah.
but it's worse stats. His armor. Let's see, do we have any better weapons? So you've got these various... I kind of explained this stuff before. But you've got the weapons and armor, and then you've got upgrade slots, which is here. Which again, I usually don't spend too much time worrying about this kind of stuff. Just kind of plug in whatever's the highest level. But there is a little bit of strategy to it, of like this one, like the rail extension. Increases damage, but decreases heat absorption. So you can get off less shots. So it makes more sense to put that on, instead of the assault rifle that I have selected here, to put that on a shotgun or a sniper rifle, which are already weapons that you only get, and a lot of sniper rifles you only even get one shot out of anyways. So it ultimately doesn't make a difference. Well, yeah. Ones that are already you don't get a lot of shots on. If you put it on the assault rifle, it does do more damage, but it severely limits the amount of shots you can get off. It is kind of cool if you do the upgrades properly. Like you can equip a sniper rifle with rail extension and explosive rounds, which are one of the high-end ammos you can get in the tail end of the game, and essentially turn it into a rocket launcher. Okay, so we have our anti-thorium grenades equipped. which is good. There's a whole calculation that goes into whether you get the best scenario or not with this, and if you save Zhang, the guy who's in charge of the colony there, you can kill a bunch of the colonists and still get a good outcome. With taking him out, you pretty much have to save every single person to get the good outcome. So we're really gonna have to be careful in this upcoming sequence. I usually try to save as many as I can anyways, so I think we should be able to do it.
I love how you're like, be extremely careful as you run into that. Sure.
Yeah, well, things happen.
Have to make sure to be extra careful.
It's your friendly neighborhood armature.
Infection could have altered a human to that extent. I wonder what is going on here.
So you have the option of saying, just wipe everything out, just kill them all. But we're gonna try and save people.
Even if the Thorian makes them fire on us. That's what the gas grenades are for.
As you order, Commander Shepard.
This is like, wait, what?
Not killing people? This is not what I signed up for.
I guess they're creeping.
Yeah. So we do have a couple of the colonists there. Oh, damn it. I only got one with the grenade. There we go. Got the other two. So that's 3 down. 13 more to go. Now we go through the wonderful, wonderful elevator.
No, they actually don't have that song real. Just on
I don't know whether to be impressed or disappointed that you know that.
It was like a hearty mix of both. When I found out, I was bummed, and I was like, that's fair.
That's 2 more safely disposed of. Sabotage. Okay. Oh. Made. Oh, nice shot.
We've got to move one of those cargo blocks.
Alright. This is going well so far. One more down.
What are the controls for the Can you make sense of them?
Okay. So that colonist is back there. I should be able. Alright. So we should have saved everyone. And then we came here earlier and talked to the woman who was there at the freighter controls. She was acting all weird and wouldn't tell us why she was there. Because they put the freighter on top of the entrance to the Thorian.
Imagine the pain. I was supposed to be their leader. These people don't trust me. It wants me to stop you, but I won't. I won't!
Wow. So, it does say we do have 16 colonists left alive, so I believe we saved everyone. Now, we head down to meet the Thorian.
Oh, good.
All right, we just need to find this creature and determine what it... That is disturbing.
That does not look like any plant I've ever seen. This may be problematic.
It kind of looks...
Invaders, your every step is a transgression. 1,000 feelers appraise you as meat, good only to dig or decompose. I speak for the old growth as I did for Saren. You are within and before the Thorian. It commands that you be in awe.
You gave something to Sarah. Something I need.
Saren sought knowledge of those who are gone. The old growth listened to flesh for the first time in the long cycle. Trades were made. Then cold ones began killing the flesh that would tend the next cycle. Flesh fairly given. The old growth sees the air you push as lies. It will listen no more.
I won't let you keep your thralls. Release them, now!
No more will the Thorian listen to those that scurry. Your lives are short, but have gone on too long. Your blood will feed the ground.
Alright. Hopefully. Oh, okay. Well, she got hers off first, but that actually did work the way I was hoping it would. She is a pain in the ass. Well, what I thought would happen is I would use throw and it would toss her off of the platform and die, because that is something that you can do. But I must have picked lift instead. Or something, but it still worked.
That's the last of them.
Oh well.
That hurt it. I can tell. A few more of those and
Commander
it's in trouble.
Shepard, there is something here. A growth of some kind.
Yes, thank you. I just killed it, Leah. Your your dialogue triggered a little late there. Now, unfortunately, I can't damage this for some reason while it's not active. So I have to wait until I hit the next node, and it'll activate that creeper I just bypassed, and it'll come up behind me. Okay, let's damp you first. And shield boost. My shield's back up. Again. Overload. Sabotage. There we go. So you can see how they like explode into that like green goo. If they get too close to you, they poison you. So you have every incentive to try and kill them before they get to that point. Again. Overload. And Lear is blocked again. Let's see. Damn it.
That's what they tell me.
Damn it, bitch. I hate you so much. Overload. And death. Alright. Just... one more, maybe? Oh, I didn't realize we leveled up. Oh, see now I can get my last charm point. Now that I don't fucking need it anymore. Oh wow. I'll get my overload specialization. Level up Liar's throw. Level up Rex's throw. That was not fair. I'm very glad that that does not have better stats, because I really didn't want to put that on.
Now it gets fun.
Totally look like that one.
Yeah, well, you do enough damage when they just have like that one sliver of health left. They do fall over. Okay, so we will back up here. And we will shoot this a little bit from afar. And we'll wake up some of these guys.
Let's take them out.
And we will shoot them as they come running through the doorway.
From Liara, who wants to be best.
Perimeter.
Yeah. That's supposed to be Rex's job, Liara. Okay. I was wrong. We still got one more, I think. Hey, damn. Damn it. Overload. Sabotage. And the clone's dead. And like I said, I think that is the last one.
That thing has to drop soon.
Or not. This thing just keeps making a liar out of me. This thing has to drop soon. Yeah, thanks. More of your unhelpful commentary, Liara. And, oh, okay. Didn't realize that was a ramp. Didn't think I could go this way. Okay, guys. Hate you so much. Stupid Asari clone. Oh, okay. Well, that was terrifying. And once more, we can play the... Oh, that's not really doing anything. Fuck. I was hoping we could pick them off from afar again. But that's not doing anything. Yeah, the continually being recreated sorry clone is super not on board.
And this story is like a one-trick pony. Come on, story, if we've seen that one before. No, it'll be different this time. It'll be some creeper.
Yeah.
Oh.
If I just kept saying it with every note, I knew it would be right eventually.
Come on.
I'm free. I suppose I should thank you for releasing me.
How did you end up
Oh,
inside
that was gonna be another clown.
My name is Shiala. I served Matriarch Benezia. When she allied herself with Saren, so did I. Benezia foresaw the influence Saren would have. She joined him to guide him down a gentler path. But Saren is compelling. Benezia lost her way.
Are you saying Saren can control minds?
Benezia underestimated Saren, as I did. We came to believe in his cause and his goals. The strength of his influence is troubling.
Benezia sought to turn the river and was swept away.
Asari matriarchs are among the most intelligent and powerful beings in the galaxy. How could one fall under Saren's control?
Saren has a vessel, an enormous warship unlike anything I've ever seen. He calls it Sovereign. It can dominate the minds of his followers. They become indoctrinated to Saren's will. The process is subtle. It can take days, weeks, but in the end, it is absolute. I was a willing slave when Saren brought me to this world. He needed my biotics to communicate with the Thorian, to learn its secrets. Saren offered me in trade. I was sacrificed to secure an alliance between Saren and the Thorian.
Saren's pretty quick to betray his own people.
He was quick to betray the Thorian, too. After he had what he wanted, he ordered the Geth to destroy all evidence of its existence. Saren knows you are searching for the conduit. He knows you are following his steps. He attacked the Thorian so you could not gain the cipher.
What's the cipher? And why did Saren need it?
The beacon on Eden Prime gave you visions. But the visions are unclear, confusing. They were meant for a Prothean. To truly comprehend them, you must think like a Prothean. You must understand their culture, their history, their very existence. The Thorian was here long before the Protheans built this city. It watched and studied them. When they died, it consumed them. They became a part of it.
So the Thorian taught Saren to think like a Prothean. How?
The cipher is the very essence of being a Prothean. It cannot be described or explained. It would be like describing color to a creature without eyes. To understand, you must have access to endemic ancestral memory. A viewpoint spanning thousands of Prothean generations. I sensed this ancestral memory, the cipher, when I melded with the Thorian. Our identities merged, our minds intertwined. Such knowledge cannot be taught. It simply exists.
I need that knowledge to stop Saren.
There is a way. I can transfer the knowledge from my mind to yours, as I did with Saren. Try to relax, Commander. Slow, deep breaths. Let go of your physical shell. Reach out to grasp the threads that bind us, one to another. Every action sends ripples across the galaxy. Every idea must touch another mind to live. Each emotion must mark another's spirit. We are all connected. Every living being united in a single glorious existence. Open yourself to the universe. Embrace eternity. I have given you the cipher, just as it was given to Saren. The ancestral memories of the Protheans are part of you now.
A knowledge bond can be very traumatic. Are you all right, Commander Shepard?
I saw something. It still didn't make any sense.
You have been given a great gift. The experience of an entire people. It will take time for your mind to process this information.
We should get you back to the ship where you can be monitored.
I'm sorry if you have suffered, but there was no other way. You needed the cipher. In time, it will help you understand the vision from the beacon.
Tell me more about this ship Saren has.
Sovereign is alien. I do not know how it was built or where it comes from. Its design does not match that of any known spacefaring species. It dwarfs any vessel in the Citadel or Alliance fleets. Its weapons are devastating, its defenses virtually impenetrable. With it, Saren believes he is unstoppable.
And it sounds like it.
You said Saren uses it to manipulate his followers.
The indoctrination. There is an energy about Sovereign. You feel drawn to the ship. It makes Saren's arguments more persuasive, more compelling. Spend enough time in Sovereign's presence and you will lose yourself. There is no other way to explain it.
I want to know more about Benezia.
Benezia was greatly respected among our people. A powerful biotic, even for an Asari. She was widely known as a teacher of philosophy and religion. She always sought the paths of peace and harmony. She joined with Saren because she hoped to turn him away from his path of destruction.
Instead, she became one of his most powerful allies.
As I mentioned before, Matriarch Benezia underestimated Saren. Be sure you do not make the same mistake.
What else can you tell me about Saren?
There is little I could tell you that you do not already know. He's powerful, he's charismatic, and he is dangerous. Once I followed him, blind to his true nature. But now I see he's leading the galaxy into an age of darkness and suffering.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the Thorian?
When the creature enveloped me, I became part of it. But I still don't truly understand it. So alien, so ancient. Its exact age is impossible to know. It measured time differently. 10,000 years of hibernation broken by a few frantic centuries of activity. Its mind was awesome, magnificent. It transcended all classification. And now it is gone.
Don't tell me you feel sorry for that thing.
The Thorian was a unique life form. A sentient being that lived for 50,000 years, maybe more. There is nothing even remotely like it in the known galaxy. I'm grateful you saved me from a life of thraldom. Yet I cannot help but feel some sorrow for the loss of such a rare and remarkable creature.
I want to know more about you.
There is nothing remarkable about me. I was merely one of Matriarch Benezia's disciples. For nearly 2 centuries, I followed her, learning at her feet. When Benezia revealed her plan to join Saren, she gave her disciples a choice. Only those who were willing had to follow her. Many felt her plan was too dangerous. But I believed in her. I thought she could turn Saren away from his insanity. Instead, we joined him in it.
Now that you're free of the Thorian, what are you planning to do next?
If you allow it, I would like to stay here with the colonists. They have suffered greatly, and I played a role in their suffering. I would like to make amends.
The colonists will need all the help they can get. They'll be happy to have you on their side.
Thank you, Commander. May fortune smile upon you.
You did it. With the Thorian gone, we can start rebuilding for ourselves again. And we're free of Exogeni's threats. We're back to being just a little nowhere colony. Thank you, Commander.
You saved most of the infected. It'll take time to recover from the physical effects, but they'll be all right. Thank you.
So now the colony survives. If I had murdered everyone, and the colony, or even like, I think the score needs to be like 13 or something. Yeah, without the head guy. With the head guy, you can kill a whole bunch of them and still get it, because he's got a really high score. Since we killed him, you need to save pretty much everyone for the colony to survive intact.
I fought so hard, but any thought of my own caused so much pain.
I will do what I can to assist the colony in this difficult time. I am ashamed of the damage done to the lives of these people.
Farewell, Xiao.
Farewell, Commander. I wish you well in your hunt.
I never thought I would be so thrilled to see a soldier. Forgive my previous inaction, but under the Thorian's influence, every thought was examined, filtered.
What will you do now that the fighting is over?
I may stay, try to recover my losses. I can have new supplies delivered within weeks. Perhaps the colony will survive after all.
Let me see what you have in stock.
Of course. Return in the future, and I may even have more to see.
everything you did.
Oh no, more suspicious activity.
Thanks, Commander. It's great to be free again.
Thank you for everything you tried to do here.
I'm free. Thank you for giving me my mind back. Free? I can't believe I'm free.
I wouldn't get too pumped about it. You're still on a, like, fairly self-sustaining backwater colony that no one really cares about.
Thanks to you, Greta and I can start over.
So I freed you guys, and you're still standing right where you were before.
Finally, that damn thing.
Doing the exact same things you were before.
Without pain. And with the power cells you brought, I can get this place up and running again. Thanks, Commander.
Heck, it smokes.
It will take time for things to get back to normal around here.
Thank you for that insightful commentary.
Thank you for freeing us.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of an accident. I didn't particularly care about you. Was kind of trying to stop the extinction of all life in the galaxy. Saving you was like a happy side effect. And back in the Normandy.
Stand by. Short. Decontamination progress.
Ship, sweet ship.
Decontamination progress.
Commander, you look pale. Are you suffering any ill effects from the cipher?
I was just brain probed.
The cipher
You
shook me
inspire
up.
a drink?
I might be able to help you. I am an expert on the Protheans. If I join my consciousness to yours, maybe we can make some sense of it.
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity.
That expression he made didn't particularly look like he was relaxing.
Yeah.
Kind of looked like he was trying to take a giant shit while constipated.
Definitely forcing out a turn.
It was incredible. All this time, all my research, yet I never dreamed. I am sorry. The images were so vivid. I never imagined the experience would be so intense. You are remarkably strong-willed, Commander. What you have been through, what you have seen, would have destroyed a lesser mind.
Come on, get to the point. What did you see?
The beacon on Eden Prime must have been badly damaged. Large parts of the vision are missing. The data transferred into the Commander's mind is incomplete.
You sure you didn't come across any kind of clue or hint? Something we might have missed?
Everything I saw, you already know. You were right about the Reapers. The Protheans were destroyed by a race of sentient machines. I think it is obvious there is a connection between the Reapers, the Prothean extinction, and the Conduit, but I did not see anything that would help us find it.
What's our next move?
I was able to interpret the data relayed through your vision, what was there at least, but something was missing. Saren must have the missing information. Maybe he found another beacon. If we can find the missing data from your vision, I can... Oh. I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
It didn't tire me out.
Dr. Chakwas should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
We're done here. Dismissed.
I've sent off the Pharaoh's report, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Commander, Exogeny should have told us about the Thorium. It would have made your job much easier.
You might have been able to capture it for study instead of destroying it.
The Thorian liked to enslave minds. Anyone who studied it would have ended up as one of its thralls.
Perhaps it's for the best then. At least the colony was saved.
Of course it was saved. Shepard would go to any lengths to help a human colony.
Disconnect. The best part is, like, if you can disconnect and call them back up and disconnect again.
Being human had nothing to do with it. They were in trouble.
Admirable. But sometimes Spectres have to make sacrifices. I hope you're willing to do that when the time comes.
Goodbye, Commander. We will be waiting for your next report.
Okay, now that we have another mission under our belt, take our lap around the Normandy and talk to the crew.
Hey, Commander, next time we touch down, let's try not to park the ship in a colony of mutant zombies. Just thinking out loud here.
I have to go.
Alright, see you.
Thank you for your insightful commentary, as always, Joker.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
It didn't even make any sense. Yes, Dan. Joker is voiced by Seth Green.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir. Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I like to hear.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
We don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what happened on Akuz. The fact that you survived shows a remarkable strength.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you. To understand what made you into the man you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams.
Williams and I are just friends, nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
I do like the Liara romance over the series, but it's not what we're doing this time.
I'm not interested in you in that way, Liara.
This is very embarrassing for me, Commander. Please, let's talk about something else.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
And we got some more codex entries about the Asari military doctrine. Essentially, it's all like special ops teams, like small groups together, not really a standing military sort of thing. And the Asari religion, which is kind of Buddhism on like a universal scale.
Currently wonder trading image and tagline. And it was like an image of a boy, and it said, "I'm actually a middle-aged woman. I have great legs."
Oh man, that is weird.
Faster
And I wasn't paying attention.
Sovereign is the flagship of the Rogue Spectres Saren. An enormous dreadnought larger than any other ship in any known fleet, it is crewed with both Geth and Krogan. At 2 kilometers long, its spinal-mounted main gun is likely capable of penetrating another dreadnought's kinetic barriers with a single shot. How Saren acquired this incredible warship is unknown. The prevailing opinion is that Sovereign is a Geth construct, while others believe it is a Prothean relic. Its design, however, hints at a more alien and mysterious origin. The attack on Eden Prime demonstrated Sovereign's ability to generate mass effect fields powerful enough to land on a planetary surface. This implies it has a massive Element Zero core and the ability to generate staggering amounts of power.
Glad we're going up against that.
Yeah, we should be fine.
Yeah. I feel fine. I feel good about
I
this.
get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
I should go.
Nope.
Goodbye, Commander.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I'm glad there aren't many aliens like the Thorian. I don't think my stomach could take it. One of my cousins has an agribusiness. I was thinking of calling him. Maybe he can get some shipments into Pharaohs. I mean, now that they're cut off from the company.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side. They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
Anything I can do?
No, Commander, it'll settle down. It's rough sometimes, but they spike higher than a lot of L3s. Except for you, of course. Besides, I fared a lot better than some after Kinetics was through.
I haven't heard anything about Kinetics in a while.
Yeah, they quietly disappeared. Broke up into a bunch of little corps after they botched the training on Jump Zero. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. I mean, hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and EZO. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero, it was under the table. The less said, the better. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history, not rehash it.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Alright, now through the loading screen that I still don't know why it's there, down to the garage to talk to everyone else. Dun 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 dun. Oh, the best part is that during Christmas, I heard Feliz Navidad on the radio, and I started thinking of that song, and I texted Mike and told him about it.
Then it was stuck in my head.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So long, Rex.
Shepard. Shepard?
Rex?
Yeah.
Somebody's getting weird.
And then since this is like a higher level weapon, it has 2 upgrade slots on it. That's when you got the really good stuff. Alright. That looks kind of weird. Whatever. The armor. The, like, pink with her blue.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, that's Leah. Rex. And Ashley. Back in the Phoenix. Heavy armor instead of the light armor she had to start with. Okay.
Oh,
Done equipping everyone.
you said you're serving with Commander Shepard now? We saw him on the news here. He's cute. Later, sis.
Tell me you didn't hear that.
Afraid I did.
Oh, shoot me now. One of my sisters. That's Sarah, the youngest. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I met Chief. First thing he did was salute.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Where did you grow up?
All over. Same as you, I expect. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
I was an only child, but I get the idea. At least one of my parents was always on duty.
Yeah, military families, eh? With schedules like that, it's a wonder we ever have kids anymore. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would say he was worried vidmarks and still in the X.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen LY away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
Why didn't you tell the police?
She said it wouldn't solve the real problem, and she and Mike would both become household names. It was a small colony. I said it was her call to make, that we should let her do it her way. Mom was pretty pissed about that.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kinda nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have to tie her into. They do great things to her figure, though.
So, what did you learn?
One of Dad's friends taught me Marine hand to hand.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though. So behave.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter. Only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Gotta admire those colonials. That's about the worst place for a colony I've ever seen. Given the option, I'd get the hell out of Dodge.
We'll talk later.
Looking forward to it, Skipper. Commander?
We'll talk later, Williams.
Just making sure. Now another conversation to be had.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells on one
Yeah, it makes an
black market, but they're not as bad as the sun.
That's very true.
I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first
I-
year. He was hacking people out and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear cut.
I did say this was a talkie game.
Going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still
Nice.
alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging,
Oh, look.
this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salios, the geneticist. So we went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development.
Got that on tape.
No Solarian hearts.
How are you taping anything? I didn't know they still made tapes.
Got one on tape.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What did you do about the geneticists?
Apparently.
I brought in some of their employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threatened? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way.
Oh,
One of my
I
detectives
gotcha.
started bleeding profusely during the interview.
We could always edit that out of the actual part that goes up.
I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway, and just used them to make more organs, but they wouldn't listen.
Well, it's not worth the risk. You pursue the vessel and disable it. That's the best choice.
They sent the military after him, but he got away just the same. Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
If you don't care about the fate of those hostages, then you're no better than he is. You're just a terrorist with a badge.
Yeah, maybe you're right. It doesn't make it any easier, but I see your point. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
So that was a creepy story. And we unlocked Garrus's mission. And the codex entry for Hurrian biology. Well, it is that their planet has a lot more solar radiation than ours does. So they have these natural armor, kind of natural plates that protects them from getting hit by the solar rays. And the other interesting thing about their biology is that both them and Quarians are based off of different amino acids than everyone else in the galaxy. We are all humans, and the rest of the races are all levo amino acids, and Quarians and Turians are both dextro amino acids. Which means that human and Asari and Solarian, whatever food, doesn't give them any nourishment. and vice versa. And under some occasions, can cause serious allergic reactions. So I'm not totally sure why Garrus's quest has triggered and Rex's hasn't.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
And the mass sell-off. Yeah. Like pretty much every RPG I've ever played, you end up with way more money than you know what to do with. Especially because I don't really buy a whole lot of stuff from the stores. I'll buy licenses and like grenade and metagel capacity upgrades from stores, but generally I just use whatever drops I get. With the exception of sometimes I will get these guys, these ones that are just acronyms here. They're like special Spectre weapons. They're like the best weapons in the game. So I will buy those eventually, but I like to wait until I'm sure I've gotten all the licenses and all the metagel and grenade upgrades. Not that they really matter all that much.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me. Especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture.
Wait a second.
You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad
No, the Quarians are completely organic. They just have to wear these suits because, well, it said they didn't have great immune systems in the first place. Their home planet didn't have a lot of diseases, but then they've been living on these ships for centuries now, and their immune systems have kind of evolved away. So they have to wear these suits because any disease can be really dangerous to them.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people...
I think I did this already.
Set out, this is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship.
Can a captain shoot?
It's not the best way to make a good impression on it. Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
Yeah, so we have Tali and Garrus's quest. Tali's doesn't show up that way at first. It does end up being her quest. We don't have Rex's, and I'm...
Rex?
Not really sure why. We still got plenty of game to go, so I'm sure it will unlock at some point. I just kind of thought they all unlocked at the same time.
Unfortunately, I'm going back and forth between the screens, so it's,
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the Council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
Oh no.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander. But they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate. Find out what happened. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Pharaoh. Vermeer is a lush world located on the frontier of the Attican Traverse. Its vast seas and orbital position on the inner life zone have created a wide equatorial band of humid, tropical terrain. Only the political instability of the region has impeded efforts at colonization. Many times the Citadel has opened negotiations to settle Vermeer with various criminal gangs and petty dictatorships in the nearby Terminus systems. All fell apart due to internal power shifts within the opposing parties. The Citadel has written off the colonization of Vermeer as impossible without significant political change. The Terminus powers themselves are unlikely to ever settle Vermeer. Most lack the resources to support settlement of a virgin world, finding it more expedient to steal from their neighbors than build for themselves.
That's not nice. Codex entry about Solarian special task groups. Basically spies. And even though that transmission sounded super urgent and like something we should be investigating right away, we are not gonna go there for a while. That is gonna be the next story mission we take. But I'm gonna go back to the Citadel for a little bit, and then do some side missions. And then we will go tackle Vermeer. Everyone's favorite place.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Log.
Hashtag squad what?
Officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Okay. And we have a lot of upgrading we can do on Ash since we didn't have her at all during that last mission. So, plug one more into fitness. Fitness increases health, but also gives them that immunity ability I had talked about earlier with soldiers. And we'll come up here and upgrade some of her weapons abilities. So pistol, unlock the pistol ability. And 3 into shotguns, so just one more will unlock her advanced shotgun skill. I got 2 more for Rex, so... We'll do shotguns. That's kind of his thing.
After years of poor economic performance, ExoGeni has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit. New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for ExoGeni. ExoGeni's stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
All it takes is a Geth invasion. And the death of our dick of a manager. Now Xbox, this is not a good time for the batteries to be running low.
Hello, Commander.
Show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
A new license. Thank you.
So tell me, who'd win in a fight between you and Shepard?
What? Commander Shepard is my superior officer. I can't imagine us ever having to fight.
You can't? That's why Shepard's your superior officer. And that's why Shepard would win.
Got her.
Taking a stroll around, seeing if we got any new missions.
I saw your Ferris report. If we had known anything about the Thorian, Exogeny would never have been given the permits to start a colony there. Thank God the colony survived. We can't afford to have too many failures out in the Traverse. It's one of our major expansion regions.
You don't give a damn about the colonists. It's all just politics to you, isn't it?
We can't all be the hero who charges in to save the day, Commander. But we each serve humanity in our own way. You can't escape interstellar politics. It's part of the big picture. Sometimes it isn't pretty.
Just ignore him, Shepard. The ambassador's a little bitter sometimes. Comes with the job. Yes, Commander?
Do you know anything about Vermeer?
Sorry, Shepard. I've never even heard of it before all this. You'll have to go out there and check it out for yourself.
And we never asked him about Mr. Baines.
Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
The people I spoke with seem to think he was still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military's keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
What can you tell me about the ship?
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
I might look into it later.
Is there anything else, Commander?
Of course, because we missed this initial mission at first. Kahoku's already dead.
I should go.
So I can't go ask him about
I'll be
it.
here if you need me.
The gist of it is that it was Kahoku's scouts who found Baines in his scout ship, and that is what led them to the planet where they got Threshamars sicked on them. But it's kind of a weird little plot thread that nothing ever really comes of. Like, they had some idea of something they wanted to do with it, but then just kind of dropped it for the sequels and never came back to it.
Don't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal her secrets.
Of course she would. She'd be tossed out the nearest airlock if she did.
I suppose. Besides, Nick, the consort's nothing like the girls back on the colonies. She's...
You don't have to do it with her. You can just talk to her if you want.
Is that all you did, Jazz? Just talk?
I didn't say that.
Ha! I bet you did too.
Shut up, Fredericks.
What do you want?
Well, Dan,
Oh,
considering the next Mass Effect game is set in a different galaxy, I kinda doubt that's gonna come back into play.
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You've never been, have you, boy?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
That's fine, Private. Just tell me where to find her.
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
Oh, the dreaded red blinking light. Yeah. Mine died on me in the middle of work today.
Reporter Kalisa Al-Jilani recently attempted to land an interview with Commander Shepard, the first human Spectre. Commander Shepard answered difficult questions, demonstrating that under that military uniform is a keen diplomatic mind. We'll have exclusive footage later today.
Today. You can tell how many times I have played this game. Wow. This was one of the first games I ever played when I got my 360, and the second one wasn't out yet. So I played it a bunch of times. This battery pack decided to die, so put batteries back in. Should be good to go.
I bet all these staircases aren't just for show. They make for good defensive positions if this place is ever attacked.
Not a lot of security here. Not that you can see anyway. 10 to 1, there's a sniper tracking our every step.
I'm kind of guessing the fact that Dan hasn't answered us means that they probably can't hear us. You know what, I probably have to do this whole thing again. Okay, whatever. There's nothing important going on anyways. Just taking the sweep of the Citadel. Check out merchants and see if there are any new missions.
Binary Helix has settled out of court with a Krogan group that had accused the Genetics Corporation of fraud. The Krogan group had contracted Binary Helix to perform studies with a long-range goal of curing their genetic sterilization. The group later sued for a return of investment money when the study produced no viable results.
Oh, I didn't really realize there was a third form of polygon. Oh, of course. Of course.
I was never a fan of this statue. The Krogan monument just seems more impressive to me.
You know, art doesn't normally do much for me, but that relay statue, I like.
Commander, it is good.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human.
And another license.
Commander.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so. Commander.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do.
Just being thorough.
In remembrance of Eden Prime, we present another profile in courage with serviceman Nirali Bhatia. A devoted wife and talented chef, serviceman Bhatia joined the Alliance military under the Deferred Education Plan. After finishing her service, Bhatia planned to open a restaurant. Instead, she gave her life protecting the colonists of Eden Prime. For more profiles in courage, or to explore opportunities in the military, please visit the Alliance Military on the extranet. Keyword, courage.
We still haven't let
In entertainment news, Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet with Elcor cast members. The production will open dramatic theater to the Elcor with a Hamlet who uses Elcor body language and pheromones. Kitt claims that he's also excited by giving a human audience the chance to judge Hamlet by his deeds and not his emotions.
Now, the Elcor, just to remind everyone why that's kind of funny, the big guys who have no expression in their voice, who always have to say whatever expression they're trying to have. Delighted.
Yes, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Thought we would pick up at least a couple of missions in here.
Neither could he. The CSEC agent said there has been an increase in violent crimes in this area lately.
Did he say why?
No. Kind of skirted the issue.
It's those damn humans, if you ask me. They're not all bad. Just I don't like them.
Yeah!
They've been living here
It's
forever.
not at all possible. Oh, I do like the fact that you have the option of having a Pokemon you caught immediately become part of your party. That up with not needing to worry about HMs anymore. And I had forgotten that that the previous game had made TMs multi-use, so you didn't have to worry about using them up like you did before.
Yeah, I have sort of feeling happy to not need.
I can't take it back unless.
I know. Unless I have a proof of purchase.
Avarice for it anymore. Egg inside of metal.
Oh, really?
Sweet scent doesn't work. None of them.
Oh.
Also.
Welcome back.
Wow, it would have been nice if they would have at least kept like dig and teleport in.
Yeah.
Those were always super useful.
And they don't really. I mean, aside from.
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent. I am sure you will find something pleasing.
As far as I know,
What did Sweet Scent do?
What was really nice was the roaming pigeon. You go out the patch of grass that they're in, max repel, and then you sweep them.
Yes, human. You need something, yes?
You don't have to worry about spook.
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
Please, I think.
Yes, human, you need something.
Goodbye.
Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human. Yes, human, you need something, yes?
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think.
Just had a good thing going here.
Celebrations are being planned for the anniversary of the end of the Rachni Wars. Many Council worlds, particularly Asari and Solarian colonies, will hold victory parades to commemorate the defeat of the invading Rachni. In a rare admission of debt, several Asari colonies have invited Krogans to be honored for the victories the uplifted Krogans made possible.
No, it was a slightly different song. Dan.
Oh.
Type Feliz Navidad. That was a different one. That was the one that was on the asteroid. That was the... Sounded like Feliz Navidad.
That one that was...
No.
I thought that was...
I don't think so. Maybe I'm crazy.
That song is something you'll soon forget. Hold it, Tate. None of this is on
In a
tape.
further development in the Eden Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives. While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a Council spokesman confirmed that corrective actions had been taken.
Corrective actions had been taken.
Alright.
I will say, if the rest of the map is like the beginning of Sun and Moon, I think it's gonna like drive me up a wall. Because like Route 1 has like 3 different roads going in 3 different directions, and they're all considered Route 1.
Stand by.
It's not really that bad.
Contamination progress.
There's a couple points like that that are kind of, but not as bad as that.
It's like half of the fucking first island is Route 1.
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Including part of it that I'm assuming it doesn't take too long to get the ability to break the rocks, but you can't get to.
Oh yeah.
And I look up the list of the Pokemon, and there's that whole section. And it took me a little bit to realize that I couldn't get to that yet. Alright, well, it's time to call it a night here before we get into anything else.
As always, thanks for watching and also outlets and on eBay. We said a ton of stuff yesterday. Some Pokemon medals and some Pokemon chips. That's about it for the store updates. I will be doing my drag through of No Man's Sky. Since I am currently trapped on a planet.
Boy, way to sell it.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie to you, there's gonna be a lot of me walking around looking for plutonium because I kind of screwed myself over. Come to the other side of the galaxy, got marooned. Didn't even go home. So yeah, there's that tomorrow at 8-ish. And then Thursday, everything will be back on track for Skylands After Hours. Starting at 8 p.m. on our this channel. So tune in right here Thursday. That's fun. Got 2 new
Funness?
That's
Funness?
A word. That's a word.
That's what you came up with?
Yep. Up on Urban Dictionary. I'm sure it's like 30. We got 2 new senseis this out this week. Because I was mad with all the news coming. Yeah, that's all I got.
Alright, guys.
Oh, and yeah, and beat me to it. Rest in peace, Gary Fisher.
Absolutely. 2016 needed to take one last casualty before we were out of here.
About George Michael, and it was like the day after, no, 2 days after, like to the point where like the news station didn't even make tribute reels fast enough.
You know, you guys probably didn't watch this show, but the only reason that I knew who George Michaels was because he was on Eli Stone.
What's the one about the guy that had the
He had the brain tumor, and then he started having visions, and they were all musicals. And then some of them, George Michael came in, and he was supposed to be like the voice of God.
I remember that. I remember the first episode, Dancing on the Table.
It was a really, really fun show. Only got 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, now we're gonna leave.
Now that we're done with that tangent. Oh, okay. So all 3 of us who are here actually knew what I was talking about. All right. See you later, guys.